Yo. Oof. I'm gonna get some smoke. Oh. Or something to drink.
Yeah, they know it's a prime every time a nigga get it started. Oh, you the hardest here, cookie for your ladies talking. A walking monkey,
Okay, all right.
a lot of options, too many flows.
All right. Okay, all right. I'm doing my Denzel now. What's up, y'all? It's 94 Dro, and tonight's the night. The last project, MIssFit, will be coming out tonight. I'm gonna say will to speak it into existence, even though since I'm still a little bit of a smaller artist, that these DSPs always be messing with us. So I say tonight to speak it into existence, but in terms of Spotify and Apple Music, it could be about a good 80% sure. But YouTube and SoundCloud and datpiff.com, the mixtape, the album will be available, because this is the album MIssFit. I got a couple notes for myself right here. So the big thing I wanted to talk about was why this project is going to be different for me. This project is going to be different from any of the other ones you've heard, because my intent was to make it so. I needed something to kind of differentiate myself from just, when they get that rap, kind of sound like J. Cole, maybe a little bit like Isaiah Rashad. So I really put intent behind challenging myself from different sonics, different kinds of flows, challenging myself in songwriting, and challenging myself with the mixing process too. I mean, you can ask Virgil, super talented engineer, and we went back and forth for months about how things should sound and what I think it should sound, and his imagination and being able to even trust somebody else for my sound as much as I do Virgil. So it really has been a journey for me in making these projects, definitely this album. And so, yeah, I can confidently say that it's my best album since I've started this whole music journey. And that's important. And it's important to me because I needed to show myself that I'm able to, move with this. I can make records, I can record them, but I needed to show myself that I could challenge my intention with my creativeness, with the different kind of things that I want to do with this album, from merch to music videos, and more live performances as well. Because to be honest, this is probably going to be the last solo album I do for a long time. And that's not to say I'm stopping music. I'll probably still record singles here and there, but I really wanted to record a album that I could push and that I could live with and that I could go perform, and not be so bogged down by being in the studio, recording new music, getting that curated, mixed down, actually get some more traction in terms of those live performances, because that seems to be the best opportunity I have to bring people into my world, my creative world. I really wanted to put emphasis on not being so introverted with the things I create, and putting it out there with more visual things that people can take away, rather than just sonically trying to engage all of those senses to make it more memorable, because people won't forget how you make them feel. And so the more ways that you can do that, the better. And the reason that I dropped this, these projects on the 14th each is also important to me, because for the longest, I didn't know if I really wanted to pursue music in a professional sense, or even if I was good enough. And the one person who invested in me was my late brother, Don Treyas. He helped pay for, Ground Zero, my first music video. And when he passed, I think that was one of the biggest things that came to me while making this project, in terms of taking away the things that he imparted to me. The biggest thing that I could do to honor him was to actually do something with this, actually do something with my creativeness in any capacity, and being happy with it, because he understood that I wanted to do more, and I wasn't necessarily the happiest with the type of motivation I was approaching it with. And he would always hop on the phone with me and urge me to do something differently. And you know, I hate that you know, I hate that it took him not being here to push me a bit more. But I also know that that's God allowing his spirit to do such. And while I'd rather have him here, would definitely rather have him here, I definitely can't go in a direction to sully his presence and his energy at all. So I really got to do something to be fulfilled with this. But that was the reason why I released these projects on the 14th, because you know, Big Bro, his jersey number was 42. So releasing these 3 projects on each of those days to add up to that number, and this last project being the album, was something that was, you know, spiritual to me. Very something to pay my respects to one of the biggest motivators of my, you know, me doing this music, or me even having the confidence to be creative in any capacity and think it would work in any capacity. So yeah, man, I owe a lot to Dontrez. Hopefully I can keep pushing. And so that's why all the projects came out on the 14th. And when you see the track 42, it's about my heartbreak from losing one of my best friends, one of my family members. So, but yeah, man, I'm super excited. And I am super excited, and I don't want any of that, and nothing I should have said right there should be taken in sadness. One thing I know about Dontrez is he's all about joy, and he's all about celebration. So yeah, I'm just really excited for y'all to hear this. Really, really excited for y'all to hear this. I'm doubling down on this being my best album. I'm doubling down on this being the start of a new energy for me and what's to come out of it. So big shout out once again to Virgil for mixing down this album, mixing and mastering this album. I'm a particular ass nigga, dog, so very specific. I love the nuance of art. So I get it, but I appreciate you sticking with me, man, and believing in me. And big shout out to Jared J, aka J Fresh, and Baron Lee for coming through and featuring on this album. And LJ, thank you for featuring on my mixtape too. I don't do a lot of features, and I know that, but help me complete these projects as fully as possible. So yeah, man, for y'all being on this journey with me, I definitely love y'all for that. For all the listeners, all the you know, the artists I worked with, for y'all's attention when y'all don't have to give it, it's important. It's and it means a lot to me. Yeah, man. MIssFit, you're gonna love it. I hope you love it. Let me know your thoughts. Share with your friends. Play with your family. Play with your folks. Your best friends. The niggas you hate. Your ops. Your ex-girlfriends. Your ex-boyfriends. Your sneaky links that didn't really work out. Play it for all of them. Hate it or love it. If they hate it or love it, play it for all of them. I want to hear all the thoughts. Negative, positive. If it's in the mid, you can keep that shit, because I don't really want to hear that. But yeah, man. I just want to say thank y'all for real. So MIssFits dropping tonight. 94 Draw out. I'll see y'all later.